We began our 92nd year last August with the selection of our national officers, highlighted by the unanimous election of National Commander Donald Samuels. A combat-injured veteran of the Vietnam War with a wealth of knowledge about service for injured and disabled veterans, he led us through a year of tremendous success. Promising to carry out the great traditions of our organization, Don pledged to leave no veteran behind, providing strong leadership and uniting grassroots membership support for our important legislative initiatives. One of the first issues we faced was our concern that veteran caregivers' benefits were falling far short of needs. We found that VA payments for care at night and during weekends, which are more costly than care during regular working hours, had been overlooked. Our testimony at a House VA subcommittee proved the catalyst for a more thoughtful distribution of support for caregivers and better care for our most severely injured and ill veterans. On Capitol Hill, our grassroots efforts led to the enactment of the Veterans Opportunity to Work Act. This $1.5 billion measure provides retraining for veterans aged 35 to 60 who have been out of work for at least 26 weeks. It improves transition assistance, job placement and professional licensing, and certification for veterans seeking jobs related to the military service specialties. DAV acted quickly last year when a Pew Research Center found veterans could face budget cuts, just as more than half of all returning Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans would come to need care and benefits. We have urged Congress and the administration to give unfailing and unflinching support to these veterans. Our structured and continuing training program last year was again accredited by the American Council on Education as the best training program for national service officers. DAV is the only veteran service organization in the nation that has such a program and that distinction. Our NSOs receive as many as 10 college credit hours for successfully completing the course, and it keeps our NSOs up to date on modern medical improvements, technology, and rulemaking to provide the best service for injured and ill veterans. When disaster struck earlier this year, DAV was on the scene to help injured and ill veterans who suffered the most. As tornadoes struck across the Midwest, our NSOs were quickly dispatched to render disaster aid. The worst-hit area was Kentucky, and DAV volunteers were among the first to arrive and offer help. Our outreach programs took on a new look this year as DAV began a partnership with the USA Warriors ice hockey team. Through this program, which is supported by the Charitable Service Trust, many of our nation's heroes are taking to the ice to prove their abilities as athletes despite the challenges they face as a result of their service. Our 2012 Midwinter Conference gave National Commander Samuels the opportunity to present DAV's most important legislative goals to members of the House and Senate Veterans Affairs Committees. His powerful presentation stressed the need for adequate funding in medical care and research, as well as overhauling the claims process. Commander Samuels also criticized budget gimmicks labeled as management efficiencies, which may have taken $1 billion from VA healthcare. We are concerned that medical services were being withheld from veterans or reduced with unreasonable wait lists for care. He was strongly supported by hundreds of our leaders there who added their voice to push forward our legislative agenda.